Okay, today we're going to be looking at multiplying with exponents. This is an extension of our last video, exponentiation. In order to multiply with exponents, we're talking about multiplying exponential expressions. So here we have 3 to the 4th times 3 to the 5th. That little dot in the middle, if you're not familiar, means to multiply. And in order to multiply today, we're going to be expanding. So 3 to the 4th is going to become 3 multiplied 4 times, and 3 to the 5th is going to become 3 multiplied 5 times. Now, if you look at that expression, you have 4 red 3's and 5 black 3's. All together, you have 9 3's being multiplied, which gives us the expression 3 to the 9th power. In our next example, we have 4 to the 3rd times 4 to the 4th. So we have 4 multiplied 3 times, and then 4 multiplied 4 times. So we have 3 red 4's and 4 black 4's. Altogether, we have 7 4's being multiplied, which means we have 4 to the 7th power. Okay, here are some examples for you to try. I want you to simplify each exponential expression using expansion. You can show where you did your expansion in the long rectangular box and then put your refined answer in the smaller rectangular box where you will just have the base and the power. If you will pause the video and then come back when you're ready to check your answers. Okay, now you should be ready to check your answers. You have 10 to the 2nd times 10 to the 5th. 10 to the 2nd means 10 multiplied 2 times. 10 to the 5th means 10 multiplied 5 times. With the 2 red 10's and the 5 black 10's, we have 7 10's altogether, or 10 to the 7th power. In the next example, you have 9 to the 6th times 9 to the 7th. And that would be 9 multiplied 6 times, then 9 multiplied 7 times. So with the 6 red 9's and the 7 black 9's, you have 13 times that 9 is multiplied altogether, which gives you 9 to the 13th power. In the third and final example, we have x to the 4th times x to the 6th. X multiplied 4 times x multiplied 6 times. We have 4 red x's and 6 black x's, so we have 10 x's being multiplied, which gives us x to the 10th power. Now, as you've been looking at these, you may have begun to see some kind of shortcut that you might could take, and that's what we're going to look at here. First of all, we're going to notice the exponents in each one of these, and then we're going to pull those down and we're going to look at those exponents without the bases involved, so that we're looking at the 4, the 5, and the 9 for the left-hand equation, the 3, the 4, and the 7 for the right-hand equation. And as you look at them, maybe you can see a relationship between the exponents that you start with in the multiplication problem and the exponent in the answer. And hopefully you can see that if I take the exponents for the multiplication side and I add those together, then I'm getting the exponent that is on the right-hand side of the equal sign there. And that is our shortcut. As you saw, we were talking about the red numbers and the black numbers and how many times they were multiplied. Well, when we are counting that repeated multiplication, we're really adding those exponents together. So that leads us to a general rule for exponents, and this is a rule that you need to have, is that a to the m times a to the n equals a to the m plus n. Now, with all those letters in there, that's just a very generic way of saying that when we are multiplying and we have the same base, then we simply add the exponents to find out what our answer is. And that makes it a little shorter work for us because we don't have to write out those long expansions, which as m and n, those exponents become larger numbers, could become very tiresome. Now let's practice using this new rule that we have. I hope you wrote it down, so you have it. Okay, to simplify the exponential expression using the rule for multiplying with exponents. Here are some for you to practice. I want you to pause, and then I want you to come back when you're ready to check your work. Okay, I guess you're back now. In number 1, we have 10 to the 20th times 10 to the 15th. And what we're going to do with all of these is we're going to add those exponents. So we're going to think 20 plus 15 is 35. That gives us 10 to the 35th. In the second one, we've got 9 to the 43rd times 9 to the 24th. That gives us 43 plus 24 is 67. So we have 9 to the 67th power. In the third one, we have x to the 15th plus x times x to the 17th, excuse me. So 15 plus 17 is 32. Then we have a to the x times a to the y. Well, x plus y is nothing but x plus y. So we can't write that any simpler. We just have to write a to the x plus y power. Now, I hope you are very confident with multiplying with exponents, because we will have a short clicker quiz on this that'll see how good you are with it. And if you still need some more practice, then we will have some of that for you too.